So right off gate, uh, Ryan Dunford, he's running the incline caster, so he's using different pills than what the kit says. So with that, I don't have incline casters or anything like that, so I'm gonna go with the pills. Sorry if the camera is doing this funky thing, but I'm gonna go with the pills with the center. So the pin will be dead center, front and rear of the D blocks or A block and B block or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, so that's the way I'm gonna go with it here. So just a little tip when building a kit. Uh, got your droop screws, and I just went in the bottom with I think it's a 2 mil. I think it's a 2 mil. I don't know what size Allen that droop screw on the bottom takes, but up top here is a 2 mil. And plus, I'm trying to go along with him also and see what tips and stuff like that he recommends in certain areas. Using blue Loctite. There are some tools that you're gonna need with this. You're gonna need a driver. You're gonna need a 2 mil, 2.5, 0.50. I'm using an old Yokomo T. So there are some tools. Uh, blue Loctite. Um, yeah. But moving right along, Merry Christmas, and hopefully get this built today or either tomorrow.
Today, so we're going to build the front clip here. Probably take us maybe an hour. I don't know. It depends on all the questions. I'll show you guys a bunch of the different option parts that are available, and kind of go from there. And then at 3 p.m., so this is Pacific Standard Time, at 3 p.m. we'll do the rear clip and try to bang out 2 videos again today. So I am probably just going to get.
I done made a mistake here. I put the wrong sway bar up front. That's the sway bar that should go up front, and I put the rear sway bar uh, on it. So I got to go back and change that. Uh, but so far, okay. Just little snags here and there. Like I put that screw on the wrong side. Uh, trying to build it and also kind of watch him, but then try to go ahead and, um, yeah. So it's a lot of, something don't look right, go back and fix it. Don't go any further. So kind of glad I caught that. Uh, I'm looking at his sway bar and I'm like, man, he doesn't have this much hanging out of it. So yeah. So moving right along. This here is kind of a cool way how Dunford does it. He lays out his screws before he even starts. He lays out his pieces uh, by the bags and make sure everything is there. So that's something cool that I learned. I've never done or built a kit like this before where I laid out all the screws and stuff like that. But as you go along, you kind of know, like from the front clip, you kind of know, okay, these two long screws are gonna go there. You got your hexes. Okay, that's gonna be a droop screw. These are gonna go on the arms. These little screws gonna go on the arms. You got your set screw, and then you got your nuts up there, and then some right here, and then you got your shims. We've already built the diff, so what he recommended was to run the car without the shims, and then I guess go back and as it wears and breaks in, put shims in it. So it's pretty cool. It says the first time building A scale, so interesting. Learn something new. Like, all right, be careful with these hub inserts. They didn't mark them when they made them. Like on 10th scale, you kind of can see, uh, the indentation or number in the mold, but on these they didn't mark them. So kind of what I did was turn them up like this, side by side, each one, and kind of matched them, which I'm just like, wow, you know, like, okay. And like this one here is a 0-4. When you get in the book, you'll kind of see it, you know. But yeah, just in a nutshell, I just kind of took them. Kind of hard to do this with one hand, but uh, I stood up each one of these and just matched them. So when you get to this section here, just kind of not want to, yeah. So I just kind of done them like that and stood them up. And when you get to the instruction booklet, they kind of explain it right there. But I'm surprised they didn't have um, the numbers already molded into the sides. Really surprised. But hey, this is my first A skill kit, so. Alright, when it comes to the hubs here on the kit, make sure the flange back here is where the axle goes into. I mean, you're kind of looking at the hubs and they kind of look the same front and back, except the back one has a flange. In the video, he kind of used a different kind of hub, an option hub. So, yeah, I'm looking at the instructions here and got the flange back there, and then you start adding your bearings and your pins. So I just thought I'd throw that out there. All right, another tip he gave in the video here is not running the inserts, the rear arm inserts. We put them in the front, but the rear opt to leave them out because he was saying some of the tracks get so bumpy and washed out that you really don't need the arm stiffeners. So it kind of help with the bumps and traction. So it's a pretty cool tip, you know. I wouldn't have found that out unless I was going along with Ryan here. Uh, really good tip, really good tip. So just passing it along.